Welcome to another episode of OG 55. I got Mr. Webba in the house today and Tommy Toon. We are talking about, we're going to react to that Darth Maul trailer. It is crazy. We're going to watch it. We're going to break it down, react to it. Mr. Webba, Tommy Toon in the building on this episode of OG 55. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG 55. We got Tommy Toon, Mr. Webba in the house. We are reacting to that Darth Maul trailer. We're going to talk about it, break it down. Before we do, Mr. Webba, how you doing today, sir?
OG, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, this trailer looks really dope, dude. And also, I love Darth Maul. He's like one of the my favorite kind of I guess he's not a recent character, but like the newer characters like from the prequels, right? I love that guy. He's so cool.
Yeah. Well, this trailer, it looks pretty sick. We're gonna react to it. But before we do, Mr. Webba, where can everybody find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me on all social media platforms at Mr Webba 91. You can also find me on Orange Grove 55.
There he is. Tommy Toon. T.Toon is in the house. Tommy, welcome back, sir.
What's up, OG? Thanks for having me back. What's up, Webba? I'm excited to talk about this trailer and get some reactions going. I know we have a lot to talk about. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube, all my food reviews, Vegas stuff, theme park stuff, TommyToon_world. And Instagram, I'm trying to pump out that daily. So that's TommyToon_. Now I'm trying to go viral on TikTok too. I got a video on there going ham. TikTok at TommyToon_world.
There he is. Everybody, make sure you subscribe and support Tommy Toon. He's doing a lot of great things over there on Insta, YouTube, all that good stuff. And you got a big trip in March coming up, Walt Disney World. So he's got a lot of content coming down the pike. So check him out for sure. All right, gentlemen, let's get this party started. We have Star Wars. Star Wars lately has been making a lot of moves, right? Between Kathleen Kennedy, we got all that Galaxy's Edge stuff. We've covered a lot of it here on OG 55. Now we got this trailer, Maul Shadow Lord, the official teaser trailer, streaming April 6th on Disney+. Let me see, how long is this thing? It's only a minute. So we'll just watch it, and then at the end of it, we'll just go ahead and react to it. So here we go, guys. Let's rock and roll.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.
I invite you to look more closely.
What are we dealing with?
Good question. And I offer you an opportunity.
Wow.
Maul.
We have all been made to suffer. We survive, but do not live. The Emperor wants you dead.
What?
Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
And empires can be shattered.
Dang. Bro. Okay, you guys, this is crazy. Now, first of all, I love the music at the very end. You can kind of hear hints of the Duel of the Fates, which is really, really sick. The animation is really, really cool. It feels like the Clone Wars or Rebels animation, but it has more of a darker edge to it. there's points of it where it almost seems like it's painted or something. It's kind of has a
Yeah.
little bit of like a stylistic kind of approach to it, something that you would see maybe out of like Star Wars Visions.
Mhm.
But dude, this is crazy. I'll start with you, Tommy, then I'll go to Mr. Webba. Overall thoughts, man.
Overall thoughts is this is insane. I am super excited for animated Darth Maul. I mean, we all want Darth Maul in live action, but we haven't seen him since Solo, basically. So
Yeah.
let's just rock with this. This trailer's going crazy. It almost looks like not like he's on the run, but man, the Emperor is looking for him, and it looks like there's a bounty out on him. Of course, I don't think we're going to see Mandalorian or anything crazy, but I see a lot of these Inquisitors. I don't know. This looks pretty insane. I haven't been this pumped for an animated Star Wars trailer in a long time, bro. Webba, what do you think?
What you thinking, Webba?
Yeah, so back to OG what you were saying. Yeah, so this takes like the kind of Clone Wars, style of animation, but it looks like they plus it with like some of that they said like what you said, that kind of handcrafted, painted style with this, which looks really cool. So like the animation really has been upped. Maul, dude, he's just a sick character. I mean, who doesn't love Darth Maul, right? I mean, he's like one of the baddest. I love that we're getting. It seems like this story is going to be kind of like, at least from what I've heard, this is going to be like Maul having like his own apprentice, basically, and kind of him also going against the Empire, which is sick because now you have like two baddies going against each other, right? And yeah, dude, this looks good. Now, the thing too is these animation shows, they're always like really good. So I'm trying to figure out why they're able to nail down the animation show so well, but then when it comes to the live action, it's it doesn't hit on the same consistent basis there.
I think the answer to that, and I was actually going to bring that point up, and I love that you brought that up, Webba. I think what's going on with this is, and I hate to do this because I don't want to seem like a Kathleen Kennedy hater, because I'm not. I think Kathleen Kennedy has done a lot of great stuff in the industry. I think she's even done a lot of great stuff for Star Wars. I want to make that very clear. But I do think she's a little bit more hands-off with the animated shows. This is more of a Filoni thing. It even says here on the trailer, from the creators of the Clone Wars, that's Filoni and his whole crew. I just feel like when it gets to the upper echelon, the Kennedy, office, it gets a little bit, I think they might like micromanage or like overthink this stuff. And there's a lot of like second guessing the decisions and all this weird stuff. Now, to be fair to Kennedy, it could also be a lot of Bob Iger. We've heard rumors that even Bob Iger was sort of meddling in a lot of these projects. Now, an animated TV show, Kennedy nor Bob Iger, they're probably not going to care enough to meddle. So I think that's what we're seeing here is like we're seeing Filoni and his team being able to kind of do what they want to do with a less amount of meddling. Now, if you're doing a sequel trilogy or a film that's going into theaters, you're going to have a lot more meddling from the higher ups for that kind of project. So I think that's why, to your point, Webba, where the animated shows can kind of fly under the radar. I mean, even Lucasfilm with their gaming, dude. Webba, you were playing the Indiana Jones game, which you got that sick like package with the globe and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But even that game, you said that storyline was better than anything they've done for Indy in years.
Oh yeah,
I remember you telling me that.
No, yeah, that game is more Indiana Jones than the last two movies. 100%. The adventure, like Indy himself, the story. Oh yeah, it's like classic to a T Indiana Jones. Like,
but and see, that's the thing. Like Kennedy probably isn't in there, and neither is Bob Iger. Now, they're not in there micromanaging the storyline to this Indiana Jones game.
Yeah.
Right. So Lucasfilm obviously has, with the shows, the gaming, they obviously have a creative apparatus that can do good stuff. For whatever reason, when it gets higher up there with the films and what have you, they struggle. I don't know. What say you,
It's
Tom?
weird, man. I feel just going off what you guys were saying and what Webba mentioned. We had Bad Batch, we had Skeleton Crew, we have all these things that are kind of live action and then CGI they kind of intermesh, and then that Star Wars Visions, which is kind of like off-brand. It's still fun though, right? It's still very fun. For me, it's like what you said, the micromanaging. I could see that happening because they really fumbled the ball with Solo, even though that was going to be really fire. You could tell they're really particular this year. What do we have last year? Andor season 2 or whatever. It ended off strong. What are we getting this year? We're getting Mandalorian and Grogu. We're getting this, and then one other project. So they're really trying to fine tune the Star Wars stuff, nail it back down. They're even doing that with Marvel a little bit, kind of just fine tuning it, just bringing the heat. Yeah. This year they're bringing Darth Maul and Mando. Those are like the forefronts. I really do like Darth Maul though, man. I mean, because I grow up from the era where the prequel trilogy series was like my thing. I went to the theater to see that.
Oh yeah.
When Darth Maul came out for the first time, I was like, I need that lightsaber. You know what I mean? When I was a kid,
yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. Like you just said, the Duel of Fate song is like classic, and like don't nuke the character completely. Of course, Ray Park has been going off on Instagram lately, so we're not going to bring back the live action one, right? But I'm cool with this. And if we do live action later on, just CGI him maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but just some logistics. It's going to be a 10-episode series, and the last episode. Well, let me rephrase this. 2 episodes a week on Mondays, and the last 2 episodes drop on May the 4th.
Oh,
fire,
I love
bro.
that.
So they're thinking a little bit this time.
No, they are, and I feel like Star Wars definitely has a bright future ahead of it. I know a lot of people. And I get it too. I'm not even talking shit, but I mean, I get it. But like a lot of people will say Star Wars is dead, and I understand that perspective. I do. I don't agree with that. I do believe that people love Star Wars. They just want good Star Wars, And I feel like this franchise is poised for a comeback, because like it's like we have new leadership. We got Filoni in there with Brennan. We got a new CEO coming in. I mean, we just got word that next month Disney will announce who will be succeeding Bob Iger. So we got new Lucasfilm leadership. We got new Disney leadership. And plus we're getting we're already starting to see some dope shit coming out of Star Wars, like this show. Even with the land, Galaxy's Edge, that they're bringing in the original trilogy characters. They're mixing that whole stuff up. So I feel like we're really poised for like a Star Wars comeback. I think it's coming. I really, really do. And Filoni, his track record isn't perfect, and no filmmaker, no creative has a perfect track record. We all have bad days at the office. It's to be expected. I mean, my favorite guy, Jon Favreau, I think he's brilliant. I mean, Lion King live action was not good, and that was him. Right. So everyone has a bad day. Though. He tried though, 100%. He tried, but everyone has a bad day, and Filoni has his stuff too. But by and large, he was Lucas's apprentice, basically, right? And he knows his stuff more than anybody, and he has a good track record. And if this can just translate into some of these live action movies with him running it, man, I'm telling you, Star Wars might be back. It might be back, and we need it. Go ahead, Tommy.
I think that Starfighter one's going to be fire with Ryan Gosling. I think it's going to be this weird offshoot of Star Wars. People don't really expect him to be acting in it. I heard the script's fire, but that's all rumor, right? So, to me, I think you're right. I think it's on the mend. I think diehards will always have something to talk about, good or bad, for Star Wars. I mean, I understand where you said it's like dead because new stuff isn't popping off. But man, people are in, these ramen spots eating ramen with lightsaber chopsticks. And these are young people, bro. They're not like, white hair like me coming in. So I know the younger generation still has hope. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Webba? I mean, do you think this and Mandalorian could bring back everything, or you think this is the start of everything since Kathleen Kennedy's gone?
Yeah, so there's a lot of thoughts here. I won't get too much into the executive stuff. I will say though, on that part in particular, we to see how Dave Filoni does, we're really going to have to wait a couple years after Starfighter, because a lot of this is still kind of within Kathleen's scope
That's true.
currently. So so that pipeline will kind of have to kick in a little bit before we even see the fruits of what Dave does. But still, so this looks great. I am excited for Mando and Grogu. I know a lot of people are tired of Grogu. I'm not. I love him. He's so cute. And also Starfighter, you know, like, yes, give me anything with like space combat, dogfighting, all for it. Now, what I want to go back to this real quick. So like the animation here, like the way it's done, some of it looks so good that it almost looks like it's basically CGI. I know they use computers to make this. I get it, but it looks very, on some of the stuff, it looks very much just like a CGI kind of
like film CGI, like not an animated show.
Yeah, film CGI. And sorry, Tommy. The other point you brought up, what was it? Because I had another thought on.
I was just saying, do you think this is the year it's being brought back? You think the hate will die down? You think people will start showing love again, basically, because Mandalorian, the movie, everybody's waiting on that?
Yeah, so I mean, to me, I always think that, you know, as long as you're putting out good content, good product, I think that will always kind of bring people back. I don't think, like, people always say, oh, you know, you killed Star Wars or you killed that. No, you didn't. You just, yeah, that part of it is probably not good, right? But I mean, Star Wars Never Dead is just kind of in this weird funk right now. But I definitely think Star Wars is going to make a comeback for sure. Now, of course, they have to keep the ball going, right? Keep putting out good content. You know, that's the key, is giving good content, and just like the parks, right? Put out good attractions or good way of doing things there, and people will be happy. You know, I mean, people just want to see good movies, good shows. And when you don't give them that, then guess what happens? They get mad and they start not liking yourself to a point now where with Star Wars, and this is actually from Jared from Capture the Magic. He's pointed out that a lot of people have kind of become what's the word? Like they're really
apathetic
towards Star Wars, right? Like, oh yeah, sure, this looks cool, but I don't really care. Right. I feel like that's where a lot of people are at right now. For me, I'm not. If like this looks cool, I'm all for it. Now, here's the other thing, though, is while I'm down with Maul and these other side stories, even though it does connect into the overall Star Wars universe, here's kind of not a problem for me, but this could be a problem for the studios, right? How many of these side stories can you keep going into without progressing the main Star Wars story further?
Ooh,
that's a great question, Webba. And that's the thing too. You're right. There's only so many gaps in the timeline that you can insert new stuff into.
Yeah.
Eventually they're going to have to branch out and do other stuff, right? Which is interesting though that you bring that up, because it was actually today I saw on X. Yeah, I'm back on X, baby. I'm back. But, you know what I'm saying? But I saw it on X where Filoni wants to do more Luke Skywalker, like have the deep fake Luke. Remember we saw him in Mandalorian, which actually, the deep fake Luke looked really, really good. It did. It was amazing. But like, you know, so it's kind of interesting. They're kind of leaning hard into this OT era. I mean, to what you were saying, Webber, where it's like, you can only kind of come back to this time over and over again so many times. I do they plan on expanding, because you can do like Old Republic, you can do way off into the future and stuff too, you know, like years after the sequel trilogy. So I think that it would be good to look into that, but yeah, we'll see. It's risky. And also when you start inserting yourself in the timeline, you also run the risk of making the fans mad, because then you have possible inconsistencies or things that kind of change perspectives, right, Tommy?
I'm glad you brought in that timeline, because I think what do you think? Is this, I'm pretty sure this is 10 or 20 years before Solo, right? So it's after Revenge of the Sith, before Solo, right? Because in Solo he's already up and he's telling Emilia Clarke's character, you know, to get things in motion. So I feel like, but he still was in hiding in that, right? Because he's talking on the comm. Anyways, moving on real quick. The one thing I do like what Disney's doing with these villains, right? And I know Mandalorian's not a villain, but when we first started watching season 1, you know, the only other bounty hunter we knew was Boba Fett. That was the main one. He's technically a villain, even though everybody like loves him to death, right? So, you know, Disney's knocking out all this stuff because stuff was hitting. Mandalorian, you know, Boba Fett was like a 2.5 season basically for Mandalorian,
Yeah.
but then we're getting Maul, right? At least Disney's confident enough to know that at least the fans want to see this, because, you know, Sony once upon a time tried to do this with Spider-Man villains and it didn't really connect with fans too much. So at least Disney's somewhat hip to the idea that they know what the fans want. At least, I mean, that's
Right.
what I'm thinking. Yeah, because it's hard, man. It's tough.
No,
Yeah,
it
well,
is, right, Tommy. And the thing too, I mean, Disney lately has really been tuned in and tapped in, or as Tommy says, locked in, locked in to the to what the fans want. Like we've been seeing, and this is kind of like a broader conversation I actually just had with Seymour Duck on another video. But like, I feel like they're doing a lot of fan servicey stuff, and when I say fan servicey, I don't mean in a bad way, but like we're seeing them really kind of listen to fans and give fans what they want. So yeah, we want more characters, more timelines, more eras in Galaxy's Edge. Well, here you go. We got it. Fans, we kind of want Kathleen Kennedy to move on. Well, here you go. You got it. You know, the Maul stuff. It just feels like they're really listening and they're giving us what they want, which kind of points to like maybe the new CEO behind the scenes already kind of making moves. Because they are going to announce that person next month. So they're probably already doing stuff. But you're right, Tommy. They are listening. And I do feel like there's a lot of fan service, but good happening right now. But what say you, Mr. Webba?
Well, geez, so I want to go back to the point you were talking about, about rumors of Dave wanting to go back and do some more, you know, Luke Skywalker stuff. And if that's the case, then that kind of points to being, hey, you know, we're gonna go and do a Clone Wars thing, you know, which Clone Wars is great, by the way, but it's gonna kind of buff up the prequels. Well, doing that would kind of also buff up the sequels, because now you got to explain why Luke turned out the way he did, right? And you know, and why you know, Ben Solo came about, right? So you got to do all these extra things to now explain the in my opinion, the kind of bad decisions that were made for the sequel movies, right? Because it doesn't seem like they're gonna decanonize them at all. And I know there's people out there who do want those 3 movies to be decanonized and make a whole new slate of a sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then my assumption will be that's probably what he's going to do, is make a whole new Luke story and then kind of filter in those gaps to make sense for what happened in, you know, especially episodes 8, you know, more
7,
so
8, 9.
8, yeah, 7, 8, 9, basically.
But well, yeah, you're right, and that's the smart move, right? Because if you, first of all, I wouldn't want them to decanonize the sequel trilogy, because those movies have Carrie Fisher in those films. We're never going to get her back, obviously.
Ever.
Even Harrison Ford. I mean, dude ain't getting any younger. I mean, you know, we have them on film. That stuff should be canon. But like you said, Webba, you can kind of fix the sequel trilogy and make it better by taking ancillary material and kind of injecting it in and around the sequels through other stuff. They kind of did this with the prequel trilogy, right? Where like the prequels, the fans hated the prequels when they came out, you know. But then when the Clone Wars show came out and it sort of filled out that prequel era, more and more fans started to look at the prequel era differently. You can do the same thing with the sequel trilogy. You can do sequel trilogy stuff and even like OT stuff related to Luke that changes the way you see the sequels. So you can keep them, you don't have to decanonize them, but you work around it. And that's really the smart move, you know what I'm saying? Because if you decanonize it, we lose all the Carrie Fisher stuff. And, you know, that's sad. What are you going to do? You're going to remake the sequels? Well, then you don't have Princess Leia. I mean, you don't have her around anymore. I mean, hopefully Harrison Ford is with us for a long time, but I mean, he's in his 80s. You know what I'm saying? So I think that idea, Web, is exactly the way you go. 100%.
Till he's 90.
Till he's 90, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. Go ahead, Web.
Real quick, Tommy. For this show, at least according to Google, this series takes place roughly 1 to 2 years after Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty crazy. So like Darth Maul was already put back together, pieced up or whatever, and then now he's on the run in this city. Do we know what city it is? I mean, like, he's not on the run, but I mean, they're looking for him, man. Dude, that lightsaber boomerang move he throws is insane. I mean, obviously that's just for the visuals, but that's gonna be like 2 seconds of the show. But man, that was sick, dude.
Oh,
It looks
and
hella sick.
that's another. I'm glad you brought that up because that's another point I wanted to make. Was in these animated shows, we get so much better kills, so much better fights, so much cooler stuff than we do in the live action. You know,
Oh, right, sure.
like in these shows, like the kills are like and the fights are a lot more brutal, like better shootouts. I mean, it's. I don't know why we can't get some of this in the live action stuff.
I
It's
think
tough.
I think, and again, this is just me speculating, but I think it's the upper executives. They meddle more in the film stuff, and I think they leave Filoni and his team to kind of do their thing with the animated shows because the executives don't care as much about this, so they'll let them do their thing. But the movies, there's a lot more riding on those movies. Those are big
Right.
budget things, and Bob Iger, Kennedy, and all they're going to watch over that stuff and really insert themselves in a lot of that. And I think that's the problem. Now, is this planet? Is it Coruscant? Maybe
It could be. I mean,
it kind of looks like it, but I mean, I could be wrong. But that's just my guess.
it could be.
But yeah,
Coruscant.
the fight scenes, all this stuff, dude. Even the car races and stuff, that looks hella
Right.
sick, bro.
I mean, look at that. I mean, and it's just like, when was the last time we saw in live action someone being chopped in half, getting their arm cut off? Right. When was the last time we saw any of that?
Yeah, exactly, dude. And I said car races. I meant speeder races. I don't know why I say car races.
We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant. But I think this is going to be the more darker show compared to what we got. And I'm glad whoever's directing it or whoever, got this going is let them do what they want. Because, man, we talked about getting a Maul show or a Maul movie forever. And, like, now we're finally getting one. It actually has a release date. I have a buddy, actually, that sent me this right when it dropped and said, "Oh, no, it's animated. Never mind." And I'm like, really? Right. So I'm like, okay. Star Wars fans aren't happy with live action or animated.
I guess not.
And see
wild.
to that, I think that's a big mistake. I think that's a big mistake to just poo-poo something because it's animation. Like, animation is just another medium of storytelling, right?
Right.
So I don't understand why people are like, oh, it's animation, never mind. Just because animation doesn't mean it's going to be a kiddie thing. I mean, look at the Japanese. They have anime out the wazoo. That's all different types of genres.
Right.
No,
So,
100%. And some animation, some animated films and some animated shows are better than live action stuff.
yeah.
To be honest with you.
Right.
I mean,
Like
animation
Spider-Man
kills
Into the Spider-Verse. I mean, those movies went hard, bro.
Oh,
exactly. That's a great point, Tommy.
Yeah.
Those are some of the best
Yeah.
Spider-Man movies out there. It's animated,
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Rebels, you had people literally crying at the end of that show because it was so good. Like, people got really attached to those characters. Animation. I mean, Rebels is really one of Disney's more successful Star Wars things, next to like The Mandalorian. I mean, that was a huge hit, and that was animation. So yeah, I'm not of that mindset. I mean, I don't know who your friend is, but I respectfully disagree. I mean, I honestly, for me, I'll take it live action or animation. I think it just depends on the story they're telling and what's more appropriate. And I think for something like this, you probably do want animated. I don't know. So,
and you could immerse the fan more because it's like CGI and animated, like you said. So you could do whatever you want with the world. The money is probably stretches more for the person directing it or producing it. The thing with Darth Maul though is like, of course we all want him to fight Vader, and Vader's around right now, but that's not going to happen. I think they've only met once, and it was in the comic book. So, we're not going to get Maul versus Vader, unfortunately, because I'm sure Vader would demolish Maul. I mean,
right.
they kind of toy with their people, but I think I don't know. Who do you think would win in that battle? Not cool wise, but like really fighting. Like I'm sure Vader, right? He's the top tier.
Yeah.
I think just off raw kind of force power, Vader.
Yeah.
And you would
Vader,
have
right?
to if they ever did that battle, that fight, you would have to have Vader win because there's so much mystique around Vader.
Yeah.
To have him like he'd have to win, but he would win anyway. But it would be a fight though for sure. Like Maul is no chump, like he could hold his own. But yeah, Vader though, he's the king of the baddies, bro. Like it's Vader, like
he's like the best villain of all time, like just in general in life. I think.
Oh, big time, 100%, 100%. So yeah, great trailer, guys. I mean, I'm really excited. A lot of Star Wars stuff lately that has got me pumped between this and the parks. Things are changing. I can feel the energy and I love that. So, but Webba, then I'll go to Tommy. Any final thoughts on this before we get out of here?
Yeah. Again, love Darth Maul. Sick character. I'm glad we're getting like another series for him. Just a cool Sith character. I love it. It looks great. The animation looks like it's been amped, so I'm really happy for that. The same. I don't know his name, but the voice actor for Maul, he's back for the series.
Oh, Sam Whitmer, I think.
Okay,
right?
Great dude. He sounds fantastic. And everybody out there, if you're iffy on watching the show, because it's not a live action, I would beg you to actually watch the animated stuff. Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Rebels. Watch this show. It's all good, man. All good stuff. Good action scenes. Good storylines. Great characters. Good Star Wars. You want good Star Wars? Watch all that stuff.
100%.
But yeah. Anyways, I can't wait to watch it, guys. I'm excited. Tommy Toon, what do you think, man?
I mean, I agree with a lot of stuff you said, Webba. I think give it a chance. We're in uncharted territory. It's 2026. Disney's giving us villain stuff nonstop. Once upon a time, we never had this type of stuff. I mean, you can never get to that point where we would get this. So I am all for it. Let's throw it all in a basket and watch it so we could get more. Let's hype them up. And I honestly think we're not going to have to sell this. I think those first 2 episodes are going to drop and it's going to pick up and it's going to be word of mouth. Honest to God, I honestly think. I think Star Wars fans should have fun with the majority of this, in my opinion, because I know I'm going to have fun. It's one thing about Star Wars animated. I take the story seriously, but I'm going to have fun with it no matter what.
Oh yeah, dude. And that's the beauty of Star Wars. Yeah, that's a perfect approach, Tommy. Like have fun, but I mean, take it seriously, but have fun with it. That's kind of like that should be like the mission statement for Star Wars in general. I kind of feel like that's the tone right there, So
yeah,
I love it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, this is great, absolutely. And actually, Disney Plus right now, they're kind of killing it because we got this, we got handcrafted, exactly. Which I still have to watch that. I'm gonna try to catch that tonight. I heard it's gorgeous. And also the Muppet Show coming back,
and then Wonder Man, bro. Marvel, come on.
And Wonder Man,
we got heat, bro. Daredevil season 2 this year, man.
Dude, it's wild to me. It's wild to me. Disney Plus is making moves. So, and again, it's like all these good things are happening right now. So I love it. I absolutely love it. Tommy, any closing thoughts? And where can everybody find you on social media?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. I can't wait till the next trailer. Maybe it'll be a Marvel one. Who knows what we'll talk about next and react to next. But yeah, man, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You can find me at all of them, Tommy2_world and Tommy2_. But yeah, realistically, just catch me at the park. If I'm filming, come interrupt my video. I'm down to hang out, chop it up. It's all good.
There he is. Catch him out here in California. Catch him out there in Florida. This man will be all over the place doing this thing. And actually, Tommy, hopefully we can do like a little Universal thing on April. Hollywood.
That'd be great. We're gonna lock in for sure.
Yeah,
real quick, if people hung on to this very end, FanFest nights may. This is just me guessing. It may introduce some Jurassic Park characters. They may say Jurassic. I don't know, but there's some casting calls for Hammond and Ian Malcolm and stuff. So you never know. Maybe we'll get that for FanFest, and you'll see me, OG Webba, out there. doing Safari Zone during the Raptors section, man. We're gonna try and get away. Yeah.
Bro, no, I know what you're saying. I mean, I'm in a couple group chats, and I've been seeing that come through. I know Wizard posted in one of those. Oh, Jurassic is coming, and that's crazy. That is absolutely wild. I love it. No, Universal's crushing it with these events. They really are. So it'll be. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. We got Scooby. We got One Piece in the water world. You know, area.
Oh, and then hey, real quick, and then if y'all made it to this, man, if Maul ends on May the 4th and we're getting Star Wars night, you never know who's gonna show up.
Oh, yeah,
that's a good point as well.
Yeah,
that's a good
the
point as
Andor
well.
actors were there last year. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So we'll see. It's a good time. It's a good time to be a fan, and I'm excited for it. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that casting call, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I want to thank everybody for watching this episode of OG55. Please support these two fine gentlemen. We got Mr. Webba. He's got a YouTube channel where he does a lot of gaming stuff. Lately, even he goes live, late night live.
Yeah. The game stuff. I just been pretty much with the game thing. It's because it's so easy. I go live from my PlayStation. I just come home and I just play like I'm just playing like just normally, right? And I just go live, and if people want to watch, they can watch. If not, that's cool too. You know, I just go live and I just play, do my thing. But you know what's annoying though is that sometimes because it's a Bethesda game, so it crashes on me during my live, so they cuts it off. Or my internet will go out. I'm like, oh well, that's great.
Do you guys have Spectrum or no?
No, we have Cox.
Oh, watch your mouth, young man. Watch your mouth. No, but in all seriousness, we got Spectrum, and I was having a doozy of a time today with my internet trying to work, and yeah, man, Spectrum they're all bad though. They're all bad. It's not just Spectrum, you know. But anyway, support these guys. Links down below so you can check them out on their YouTubes and their Instagrams. Thank you for watching this episode of OG.
Thank you so much for watching OG55. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and become a member today.